everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Tech Life Weekly. And I'm laughing because I have things dinging and pinging as I start the show. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. I'll be joined shortly by my partner, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. We're going to be hearing from Dr. Tachi over on Clubhouse, and we are looking forward to hearing from Terry Johnson online everywhere, telling us about social media. We just love Dr. Tachi. She's here every Wednesday, talking to you about things going on in the media. What did I want to say to you? I wanted to say that you need to stay tuned if you want to know more about tech, because we're going to be talking about it in English. We always like to start off with this week in tech history. So we're going to ask that we get started with that. Are we ready? Okay, let me do this. All right, how you doing today, Fran?
I'm doing very well. How about everybody watching live and on the replay? Good to see you all. We are having loads of fun today.
Loads of fun today, girl.
Mm-hmm.
We got stuff
so
coming
we're
up.
going to talk about this day in tech history, and I'm only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. They're short ones.
Okay.
All right. So June 29th, 2007, nearly 6 months after it was introduced, Apple's highly anticipated iPhone goes on sale. Generally downplayed by old world technology pundits after its introduction, the iPhone was greeted by long lines of buyers around the country on that first day. Quickly becoming an overnight phenomenon, 1 million iPhones were sold in only 74 days. Since those early days, the ensuing iPhone models have continued to set sales records and have completely changed not only the smartphone and technology industries, but the world as well. And that was June 29th, 2007. It does not seem that long ago. I mean, that's relatively a short time ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. June 30th, 1948, originally designed to create improvements to electromechanical relays and vacuum tubes in telephone switching equipment, Bell Labs holds a press conference in New York to publicly demonstrate the first point contact transistor. The transistor represents a significant advance in technology. As it is developed over the next few years, it will become the successor to the vacuum tube, which was the primary method of controlling electronic circuitry at the time. The use of transistors allows the development of integrated circuit and microchips, which kickstarted the rapid advance of electronic and computerized technology over the last 60 years. Every industry that utilizes technology, from communications to computers, to space travel, to video games, to media, owes a great deal to the development of the transistor.
I don't even want to go there because I remember transistor radios and how we thought that was so cool, because it was, it was your iPod. You know what I mean? I mean,
it was the music that was in your pocket.
Music in my pocket.
Speaking of music in your pocket, on July 1st, 1979, the first Sony Walkman, the TPS L2, goes on sale in Japan. It would go on sale in the US about a year later. By allowing owners to carry their personal music with them, the Walkman and their iconic headphones introduced a revolution in listening habits and popular culture at large.
Mm-hmm.
So they set a trend, and somebody else picked up that trend and went from the cassette, because, the Sony Walkman and the CD. Okay, that was an experience. I can remember trying to walk or run
And it would jiggle and
and,
scratch.
and skip and do stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
My final story today, July 2nd, 1953, IBM announced its 650 series of computers, the first mass-produced computer and the dominant computer of the decade. The IBM 650 stored information on a rotating magnetic drum, and it received it on programmed punch cards. Its memory stored numbers with up to 10 decimal digits. Okay.
Okay.
That's your week in tech history.
Oh.
Like I said, I was going to make it short. I'm like,
it's nice and short. Welcome, everybody, to Tech Life Weekly. I've got a couple of stories here, Fran, that I'd like to share.
Okay.
And let me get to my screen share and add this to the stream. This is all about flying cars.
Over the years, we've seen passenger drone demos, hoverboards, and
Can you hear it?
wings.
Make sure you check your audio sound too, but I think I can hear. I can hear it. Turn it up.
And here it is, the PAL V Liberty on British soil. Should we take it for a spin? Let's go.
Sadly, this precise model in the UK is unable to fly. It's had its parts decommissioned. But across the North Sea, I'm assured it does this.
Like you find in most aircraft, you've got the throttle here to control the power to the engines, the joystick between my leg, which controls direction, so whether to go left or right or forward and back, and the pedals, which were used for driving, now control the rudder for yaw and can carry enough fuel to fly for up to 3 hours.
Of course, on the aviation frontier, safety is a work in progress. German outfit Lilium's all-electric prototype went up in flames early last year, around a month after another jet from Israeli startup Eviation caught fire during testing. Meanwhile, Boeing has pressed pause on its innovation unit Next. Backed by Uber and Toyota, Joby Aviation plans on bringing a flying taxi service to our airways. Other established car companies are piling in too. General Motors has unveiled a flying Cadillac concept, and with funding from Innovate UK and Hyundai, Coventry is set to receive a pop-up style airport for the flying vehicles of tomorrow. But time is of the essence. PAL-V has been going for over 2 decades, but last summer received road certification, one of the very few in the world to do so. It's now working on air certification, and it's promising customers keys as early as next year. Similar solutions are being touted by its rivals, or as PAL-V sees them, welcome competition. Over the years, we've seen passenger drone demos, hoverboards, and jet.
Stop that, because there is one more event that I'd like to share with you, and it's talking about how to use your the power from the grid.
Okay, but before we jump over to the grid, are anybody going to buy a car? I mean, that flies? Just Dr. Tati said, not I, said the cat. They need to fix a few things, burning up and flaming. Yeah.
Okay. I said the cat. Okay. Well, let's see if we can share this little information here.
David. He lives near Luton with his family and his electric car. But unlike most electric car users, his car battery acts as an energy store that can also power up his home.
Do I need to mute myself?
Grid,
yes.
Trial. It's completely changed the way I use my electricity. I don't have to run things during the night now.
It all happens through the charger on his wall, which converts the type of current used to either power a car or provide electricity at home. Each night, David sets the amount of electricity he wants to buy from the grid to run his car the next morning.
You can set a schedule. So, for example, I tell it that at 6 o'clock in the morning, I need enough energy in my car to be able to get to work and back.
Whatever's left over in the battery the next day when he gets home from work can be used in the house via the charger.
Essentially, I'm buying my energy quite cheaply. It's around about 15p per kilowatt hour. But when I'm exporting it from the vehicle, I'm getting paid 31p per kilowatt hour.
David's buying the energy to store in his car during off-peak times and sells it back during peak hours when the prices are higher. This pilot scheme is run by the energy company OVO, but only works on certain Nissan EVs.
At peak times when the kids come home from school and turn on the computers and plug their phones in and turn all the lights on, it's not such of a big deal.
And anything remaining after a day's use gets sold back to the grid. Overall, David's made a profit of around £700 to £900 in the last year, although most customers on the scheme make closer to £300 on average. And David's joined here by the other 319 on the OVO trial. The green dots represent those exporting power to the grid, and the blue ones the importing of energy.
But how viable is this project in reality? Customers on the trial are getting the chargers for free, yet to buy one would set you back £4,000.
So it all depends on the UK regulator and Treasury as to how much you can actually sell this electricity for. So it's a simple mathematics on how long it will take you with an investment of £4,000 and the price that you will get for selling your electricity as to whether or not you want to make money. If you look at something like Hinkley Point Power Station, which might cost about £20 billion, if the sum of all the houses, the 20 million houses in the country at the peak time, can use this technology and come off the grid, we might offset building another nuclear power station. So then it becomes the simple sums of, is it worth giving people enough incentive to offset building a nuclear power station?
But it's only going to work for those who have off-street parking. And even for those who do, well, your electrical system needs to be up to dealing with it.
But for customers like David who are on the trial, there's an appeal of being both green and economical.
I think it's terrible that 90% of the time, 90% of vehicles are sitting doing nothing. So the benefit with having electric vehicles is you've got a huge energy storage device sitting on your drive. You've invested all that money in a car, why not use it more of the time rather than having it sitting doing nothing?
Terry, you need to mute.
So now here is the opportunity to make money off of your car or have your car offset your energy bill eventually. But as you see, it has to get to the point where it's cost effective for them to improve the utility to be able to, for you to empower you to sell that back to the grid. But I thought it was interesting. It's a concept that I think it's green. I think it makes sense. And it's going to offset the cost of my vehicle.
Well, because we have here, okay, the solar panels and things.
Mm-hmm.
At some point we were, they put the solar up so that you could save on your energy bill by selling energy back to MUD or PG&E or whoever you happen to have.
Mm-hmm.
And then something changed in the works, and now it's like, wait a minute, how come I'm paying
you instead of
you paying me for?
That was not the original agreement, was it?
Right. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they work that whole situation out.
So between flying cars and using your car to
charge your house,
things are changing.
Yes, they are. The world is changing.
And now I guess you got to figure out where you're going to put that landing pad for your flying car.
Yeah, will it settle in your driveway?
Or
There-
or will there be, like parking garages, will there be pads for you to set down, drive home from the landing pad?
Well, here's the thing. Over off of Freeport Boulevard near
Mhm.
Executive Airport, Terry,
Yeah.
there are homes that actually have
Hello pad.
driveways for planes, for their little planes.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like you
private
fly
plane.
in, you land on the airstrip, and then you can taxi to your backyard.
All right.
And so I've seen that in a couple of, I think that happens up in the Hamptons or something too.
Well, of course.
Where, well, no, but I mean where you can just, they have an airstrip, you land, and then taxi to your driveway.
Okay. So now you could land on the water and then drive home without switching vehicles.
Yeah, I don't know about landing. Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So what does that mean in terms of like this whole flying car thing? What does that mean in terms of certification? Do you have to get certified to be able to fly that? Are there or do you just go ahead like these drone owners and go ahead? By the way, they've now put into enactment that in order to legally operate a drone, not only do you have to register it, you also have to take a test called trust and pass it. But apparently it's really easy. So transferring that information to these flying cars, what's going to be the process to determine who's fit to fly a car?
Go ahead, Terry.
Well, I would think it would be just like any other invention. When the first airplane came out, nobody had any certification processes.
But we also didn't have sense then. So
and we also didn't have the capacity to mass produce planes like that. This thing could be mass produced. So I'm thinking that just like any other invention, the regulations will follow as they see that this is an aviation disaster waiting to happen.
I already think that they're going to put some things in place by them. I believe the FCC had to get involved when they decided to try it out, right? You can't just go into airspace and start flying stuff. You had to check in with the FCC.
Well, here's the deal. They didn't
FAA.
They really didn't start regulating drones until it got where it was an interference. They could see that it was obviously an interference. And then they had to figure out who was qualified to run a drone school, because in California, you got to go to school and you have to be certified, et cetera, et cetera. But that happened in the last maybe 3-4 years.
Yes, but because of that, they are not going to let a car take off in the air and not have some checks and balances. They're not going to do it.
Exactly. Just like with self-driving cars.
Right.
It's got to be some kind of process because there are too many people put at risk.
I think I saw on the news today, I think there was a self-driving Tesla in an accident today or something.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Now, okay, was there a human involved? Was there a human involved? Because there is got to be some type of human, either was misprogrammed or somebody wasn't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, probably human error.
Right. Yeah.
And yet now we want to take cars into the air. You see?
Welcome to the Jetsons. And the thing too is, how high does this thing go? You know what I mean?
It's high enough to get you.
I'm just saying, is it high enough to interfere with serious air traffic?
Yes.
It didn't look like it went that high.
But
it is at the level of drones.
Right. So it's high enough to be interfering with air travel.
Right.
Exactly. With each other's processes.
It's going to be like the Jetsons. Remember everybody was in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Total Recall?
Total Recall. Mm-hmm. And then with the Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. Right. Everybody was flying the cars and they had their own lane they had to stay in and stuff, but they were flying. They were not driving on the ground. And they were driving on the ground as well, but they were
right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Sister Mary told us by the year 2000 we would have been numbers. They lie, Sister Mary.
They were just off by a few decades.
Or maybe they're just now telling us about it.
Oh man, that's
All
funny.
right. So I think Miss TJ is up.
Hey, TJ, how you
Okay,
doing
hey.
today?
Hello, everybody. Hey, Clubhouse. Made it today. Been busy.
Which is good.
Yeah. All right. So this week in social media news, lots of news, and we're gonna try to get it all in the space because I know we got to get media news in there. So we want everybody, you know, we want to get it all on the wrap up for this week. All right. So starting out with this is a combined news item between Twitter, TikTok, Google, and Facebook. They're promising to boost protections for women online. This announcement came at the UN General Equality Forum in Paris on Thursday, and they're trying to tackle online abuse and improve safety for women on all of the platforms. So the pledge is aimed at examining online gender-based violence and abuse. And they're saying because women want more control over who can reply or comment on their social media posts and more choice around what they see online and when and where. So the companies are pledged to build better ways for women to curate their safety online. So there's going to be a bunch of tools and things like that. But, you know, I say Twitter's been saying this, Facebook has been saying this. There's only so much protection that they can do. So many tools, but it is it is a step in the right direction.
It's an effort. Yes.
Yeah, it's an effort. So we
as I have my hand raised.
Yes.
Don't put it out there. The first step to your safety is don't put it out there.
Don't overshare. Don't.
There has to be some personal responsibility. Yes, the platforms need to do all of the things that they're doing and all the things they can do to keep people safe. But my ultimate safety rests in my hands. Don't go down the dark alley, friend.
Don't go in the cellar.
Don't go in the barns with the hatchets and stuff hanging.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that because there was a situation this week in social media where Tabitha Brown, I don't know if you know Tabitha Brown, she's like an actress, vegan influencer. So she put out a video this week about how she's retiring her husband, and he's a police officer for 15 years. So she meant well, but it went viral for all the wrong reasons. And then Wendy Williams said on her talk show this week that was a mistake, marriage, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I know, I've been there. So now there's a back and forth between the two of them where Tabitha Brown answered in a nice southernly, oh, ain't you cute kind of way.
Bless your little heart is the
right. Bless your little heart. But see, the thing is, there was a lot of comments. There was a lot of comments about why did Tabitha Brown put that video out in the first place? All she had to do was retire her husband. But it's like you said, why are you sharing that? Is that something that needed to be shared?
Dr. Tachi.
Yes.
Yes.
We actually just talked about this in Dryer Buzz's room, and you're absolutely right. You have to contend with whatever you put out there in social media land. So if you put it out there, you need to know there's the possibility that it will grow wings and fly away, grow legs and run. And it will not always be in a positive sense that people respond to you. I think she has enough sense to know, because I'm sure there's some hateration. As beautiful and positive as Tabitha Brown is, there are probably some haters, and this is the case of it. If she wants to bloody put out there that she has retired her husband, bloody hell, that's her right to do so. She also has to know that there are going to be haters. There are going to be people who say things about this that are not going to be positive. And you have to be okay with that when you're a public figure and when you put things out there on social media. And nobody should be out there to say, well, you should have just, damn it, retire your damn husband. Then say something. I mean, damn. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think this is a trend too, that a lot of successful women are retiring their husbands, and their husbands are becoming part of the business, and da 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 da. And so she probably thought it was safe to say that because she was not the first one to say it.
Well,
Absolutely. And the thing is, it comes away from the thing when you're building wealth as a family, you're building wealth as a family, right? So it's about that. The problem is people still have antiquated thoughts of, well, the man should be the one to damn that. No, if this is the way they've set it up in their family, you have nothing to say about it. If she wants to put it out there on social media, you also have nothing to say about it. But then Tabitha Brown also has to know that the hate will come, that people have things to say about it, and you have to be okay with that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to Snapchat. Snapchat has announced a new music licensing agreement with Universal Music Group. This is going to enable Snap users to add song clips from UMG artists within their sounds library. So they're joining in with TikTok. TikTok has also had music licensing with Universal Music Group. Why is this a big deal? Because UMG artists include Lady Gaga, Rihanna, 50 Cent, and all the other some of the bigger artists. So they're going to allow Snap to, integrate these songs into Snapchat. So there's this dance between Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, who can get what and who can stay on top. So this is just another layer of that. All right.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, Pinterest. Let me talk about Pinterest. Pinterest has banned weight loss related ads. So because there's this sense of the negative body image that's going on within social media and online. So it has to do with promoting weight loss or weight loss products, ideation or denigration of certain body types or references to BMI. But they will allow ads promoting healthy well-being as long as they don't focus on weight loss. So I think it was a Demi Lovato or something. She had something a few weeks ago where she got mad at a frozen yogurt shop because they had sugar-free things and it was triggering to her. So there is a contentious online group of you can't body shame and you can't, try to promote weight loss in a way that makes it feel bad to people who can't lose weight that easily or whatever.
Okay. Well,
I
don't want to belabor this, but it just seems to me that how do you know what's going to offend who? You know what I mean? Everybody's got, and what's going to trigger who? I don't know how you regulate that.
We don't know because a lot of this is Gen Z and young millennial led, where they are looking at things differently than from say Gen X and Boomer on up. So it's a different thought. So Pinterest is saying, hey, because their target audience is skewing millennials, is skewing a little younger because of the pandemic, that they've got more so they're trying to appease them. So they're banning weight loss related ads, but not anything promoting healthy well-being.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't focus on weight loss. Everybody got that? It's confusing.
It's not confusing. I just think it's interesting.
Dr. Tachi?
Yeah, it is interesting. I have a question. Are they then also going to ban posts about creme brulee and the other things that could get you? Now, that's not to say that creme brulee is solely responsible for things. But when you do these types of things, and again, I get it because the body image thing is huge. But it's like there are other sides to this. I just think you could go down a slippery slope if you're not careful, because then it's like, what stops you for saying, okay, well, this is really, healthy eating is one thing, but this is something that really keeps your weight in check. You can't do that. What is the balance?
Exactly.
So this goes back again to personal responsibility of us, the viewers and the participants. That should not be on the people who own the platform.
True. All right, so moving on to Slack. There's some news with Slack. They have joined in the Clubhouse fun. They have a new audio feature. It's called Huddles. and it's aimed at recreating informal office conversations on the app because everybody.
Hold on, wait a minute. Informal conversations on the job.
Water cooler. You would walk by somebody's cubicle.
Is that another term for gossip? Office gossip.
Probably. But
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have this remote work. People are working from home instead of the office, but now some of the corporations are moving to a hybrid. I said hybrid was a big word this year, so some are doing remote work at home and then coming in the office. So it's a big mix of both sides. So a lot of team building and team communication is being used in Slack and other apps like it. So Slack is saying they want to build in this audio feature because social audio is this hot new thing this year. So they want to do that. They want to have spontaneous live conversations within the app. So and they're saying it's casual conversations like in the cafeteria and the hallway after finish a meeting, desk to desk. Like I said, you're walking by somebody's cubicle and you say, "Hey, Jerry, did you catch the game?" Blah, blah, blah. So they want to try to capture that within Slack because there isn't really a feature like that within the app now. So we'll see.
Did you really want to talk to Jerry after the game or after the thing anyway?
And the TV, who watched the popular TV show last night? Did you catch this episode? Did you catch it? So they're trying to bring that audio feature into the app.
Mm-hmm.
It could work. I mean, I could see it working.
Why don't you just call Jerry if you got his number? Why you got to be all up in the office stuff? Come on, Taji.
No, I don't want to talk to you.
You know what I mean?
I don't necessarily want to talk to you. We may not be friends, but I could see it working if people get beyond that. This is a work relationship thing, at which point it could be dangerous. So,
right.
But I could see it working.
I see some liabilities. What if you say something off color and off the?
Well, exactly. That is still work, regardless of what the case may be. That it's on a Slack, that still work. And so you're saying things, and there's like you said, the liability. If you say something that's not right, could you be held accountable? Will human resources be knocking on your door because of something you said on the Slack chat? So that's where the problems come in.
You have the right to remain silent.
All right, so Slack is introducing other features, Slack Atlas, which is a new feature for those who are just starting in the company. Okay. They need a reference to either the office structure, how everything works in the office, or how job titles or descriptions and all that kind of stuff.
Hold on a minute. Go ahead, Dr.
Hold on. Beverly had on where are we, Slack? Clubhouse, whatever. Had something she wanted to add.
Beverly?
Go ahead, Beverly.
Yes, good morning, ladies. So happy to be here. Thanks for bringing me up. And I did a lot of political work, and because of my age, I love all of this technology, but it's I was just, why all of these apps? Why all of these apps? And so Slack was one of the apps that we use to get out the vote and do a lot of stuff. But it can work, but to me, this is something for the nosy and the messy.
Exactly. And I don't do messy. I'm with you.
People use things like this to do things, just like we were talking about the young lady somebody told on her concerning what she was doing. So people do things, ask you questions intentionally to get you involved. So Slack is here in Colorado too. I believe they have an office here, but I'm not fond of it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I'm on that team. I'm just like, it's messy. Okay, go ahead, teacher.
Okay, so back to Slack Atlas is for enhancing profiles with rich dynamic information, including your company's organization structure, employee start dates, and custom fields. Because you have to remember, Slack is used by a lot of large corporations. So they also have, employee rules and things like that. So you have to abide by those things when you're in the company or the organization's Slack app. So it's just like being at work, but you're in the Slack app.
So,
All right.
Jerry, I don't want to talk to you about the game.
All right. So one more about Slack. Slack is adding or launching video sharing, the video messaging service that works around asynchronous schedules.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. The tools, these tools rely
asynchronous.
Asynchronous. Well, they've got asynchronous here. Okay. The tools rely on participants from the need to agree on a set time to meet. Each member will leave a video comment and record their ideas and send them to the group at their convenience. So there's Slack has a video feature, but you have to use an add-in for Google Meet. So I think this is Slack integrating it into the app itself instead of having an add-on.
Okay.
All right, so that's Slack. Let me see. Oh, we got a ton of news from Instagram, but I'm going to say that. Let's go to Twitter. I think Twitter has some good stuff going on. Yeah. All right, Twitter's offering stronger security for your Twitter account now. So now they let you use a physical security key as your only 2FA method. Okay, remember 2FA is two-factor authentication. There's an extra layer of security for your Twitter account. So instead of only entering a password, you have to enter in a digit code that you get from your text messaging, or you use a authenticator app, which I recommend Google. Google has one that works really well. And now they're adding another step that you can put on, which is a physical key. Physical security key. All right. So now more about this security key. I had some more information about that. Where is it? Oh yeah. Physical keys are currently the most secure method of protecting your online accounts because they have built-in protections to ensure that even if a key is used on a phishing site, the information shared can't be used to access your account.
So what is a physical key?
Yeah, you can buy them. You can also get them and use them if you have a crypto wallet. You can get in with the physical. It's actually it looks like a US. Some of them look like USB devices.
Okay.
And they have to be near the device that you're trying to log in on.
Okay, so got it.
And you can't log in if you don't have that physical key.
Got you. Sort of like for your car.
So your biometrics, like your facial recognition and your fingerprint, would not be considered.
No, because they don't have. That's not available for apps. Some apps do, and some apps don't. Twitter doesn't. Twitter has a text level, a text messaging, the authenticator app, and now they're adding in the physical key.
Okay.
So I have a question. I don't know if you can answer this or not, but is there a physical key for every app or every app?
No, you buy this key, and it depends on the app.
One key,
the API to work with the key.
Okay, so
you go ahead, Terry.
Do I need a key for my blockchain app and a key for my Twitter app?
No, you buy
one key, and then you load them up on the USB.
Yeah, it's like the 2FA authenticator app that you use for Google. When you set up each app, there's a section in there that says say Facebook. It says Twitter, and when you log in, or Instagram or whatever, you set it up, and then when you
recognizes whether or not the key is connected. Gotcha.
Right, but with the 2FA with the app on your phone, say for instance, when I use it for Instagram, I put in my username and then password, and then it says now put in your 2FA key from your app. Gotcha. So instead, if I had the physical key, there's a Bluetooth connection where it's going to pick it up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's a higher level than text messaging, because remember, text messaging is somebody can, has your phone or whatever. Anybody can see that code.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because all you're getting, get understanding. Go ahead.
So remember now, Twitter had this big hack. Was it last year where President Obama and a couple of high-profile people had their accounts hacked because they were using I think they used the text message authentication. method, which I don't recommend. If you have any of your apps, if there's the 2FA from the Authenticator app, use that. And I use Google. There's others, but Google's a good one because it asks you, it recycles the codes.
Yeah,
Like
I like the Google
Right.
Authenticator. Yeah.
Right. Every couple of seconds, the code runs out and you give a new one. So, but this physical key, it's like a USB drive that you put on your key ring or whatever. So when it's near the device, it will do it for you.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
But you still have to log in, username, password, then that extra level of protection.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's sort of like not being able to start the car without the electronic key in your pocket. In your purse or wherever. Okay.
And I've seen a few because you can use them with your cryptocurrency wallet. And I've seen those. So, and it's actually a device. It's about the size of the one I saw was the size of a USB drive, about a little thin like that. Okay, so Twitter now is working on an alternative timeline exclusively for your trusted friends. Now I want to show you what that looks like, and we're going to describe it for Clubhouse. Let me bring this up. Hold on. Let me see. Is it? Yeah. Okay, can we see that?
Yes.
All right, so see the picture. It has choose an audience, and Twitter didn't have this before because remember Twitter, you put out a tweet and it goes public. So now they're starting to have it where you can have a tweet go to a specific group of users. And now this is not super follow because remember you can do this with super follow, but those people are paying. This is if you're on the free side. I'm going to call this the free lane of Twitter, and you don't want this tweet to go out to everybody, just a special group of friends that you set up.
Right, and because Instagram has that too on inside inside the Instagram. Okay.
Yes, they have the close friends, right? So you can when you're creating your tweet, you can choose your audience, which is everyone or trusted friends. That's what they're showing on the screen now. And then once you choose trusted friends, it says your timeline shows trusted friends tweets first, and then you could switch to home and switch the latest tweets. Now I'm gonna stop sharing this and switch back. Now Facebook has the same thing, and it's based on lists. So you can do public, you could do friends, close friends, you can create a special list, you can do all kind of things, but you have to make the switch before you post it. So this is the same thing. You have to choose the audience in Twitter before you post a tweet. So now you got some private tweets going on the free side of Twitter, not the paid side, which is had the super follows and all the other stuff in the Twitter blue.
Okay, so do we really need? Yeah. Okay. So now,
So this is an option that they're bringing up, and it's they're saying it's something they're thinking about doing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So you're in the group, and you're talking to your close friends in any of these apps. Can your friends then share from the group to their public page?
Okay, see that's the thing. Now Facebook, you can't because there's an option that when you try to share, it says this content isn't available. Have you seen that in Facebook? That means it was shared within a group of people that you're not a part of, whether it's a group or your friends or whatever. And someone has tried to share it. They don't have the right to share it because it was a privately shared post.
Okay.
Right. So the same thing with Twitter. With Twitter, I'm probably sure the retweet won't be there because you're putting it in a private group.
Okay, unless you take a screenshot.
Right. Yeah. You can always take the screenshot.
All I'm saying is private is no longer private if you're just.
So they're trying to do like a Snapchat. Remember in Snapchat, if you're in a private group and you're messaging each other, if you take a screenshot, it will let everybody know that you took a screenshot.
Everybody in the group.
Yes, in the group, because it's a private group. It's a private message. So Snapchat says, "Hey, I'm going to let people know that you took a screenshot." It's just a notification.
Right, because now everybody can be looking at you side-eyed like, what are you doing?
Why
Right.
are you in this group? And yeah.
Or we had a private conversation about someone who's not in the group, and then you took a screenshot and sent it to that person that's not in the group. They're gonna know it was you because Snapchat said, "Hey, so and so took a snapshot of this screen."
section, yeah.
Right. So this is something that Twitter is working on. So we'll see. Twitter's been working on a bunch of stuff lately because they're trying to get that subscription business going on.
Beverly says, love that, busted.
Well, Beverly, there's always a workaround. I guess you could just do this and just stream it to the person on FaceTime or whatever. I don't know. Let's just be cautious.
But Twitter didn't have that option before. Now people, I guess maybe it was a request or whatever. So Twitter's trying to do their thing, trying to keep you on the app. That's the whole deal with all of these social media apps. They're trying to keep you on, keep you using it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to TikTok. TikTok has extended the video time limit to 3 minutes. So it's gone from 60 seconds to 3 minutes. And this is because requests from the creators that use the app. And this option is going to roll out to all users in the coming weeks. I know some people have it. Somebody I follow on Twitter has it, and they did a demo of it. So they're doing that to promote, and this is a quote from TikTok, richer storytelling and entertainment, because they're competing against YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinch. They're competing, so they're trying to stay on top. Well, not on top. Well, Twitter's not really on. TikTok's not really on top yet, but they're close on the heels of Snapchat as far as the popular app between this group. Remember, 13 to 24s, Gen Zs. They were loving Instagram and Snapchat. Now here comes TikTok coming behind them.
So Beverly says, "Who has all this time?" Anyway,
Gen Z.
People who have time to be messy. It's not just Gen Z.
Well, you have to remember that a lot of these people are influencers, and they get sponsorship deals and from brands and money, and it says so they're doing videos to get more money, to get more viewers, to get more people interested, which they can go to the brand or the sponsorship deal that they have and say, "Here, I've increased my following by," so that's what they're doing. Influencers. So before they had this increase, the TikTok creators were doing a part 1, part 2, part 3 video. So now they don't have to do that because they can do up to 3 minutes. Cool. All right. So there was a quote from Twitter, but I'm not. Keep saying Twitter, TikTok, but I'm not gonna read it. Just look for the option when you have it if you're using TikTok. It says there'll be a notification on your account that longer videos are now supported. So have fun with it. Also, one more thing with TikTok, they removed over 7 million accounts created by children. Remember, you have to be 13 and up, but kids, TikTok is the hot app, so kids want to be on it. So some were trying to get around it by, changing their date and all the other stuff. So Twitter has removed it or blocked the creation of these children, children making these accounts between January and March 2021. Okay, so just a little bit. So they don't allow a person under the age of 13 to open an account in compliance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, the COPPA Act in the U.S. Okay, so that's
Beverly is excited about the 3 minutes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Okay, Beverly, put your TikTok in here. I want to follow you. I'll follow you. I'm always looking for
the
3-minute TikTokers.
She says, "Hi."
So put your TikTok in there, Beverly. Beverly. All righty. So before I get to Instagram and Facebook, which will be the end, I'm making sure I got everything covered. Yeah. All right. Let's go on to Instagram. All right. So I'll do this one first. So changes are coming to Instagram. Adam Mosseri, I think that's his name. He's the head of Instagram. He did a video on Twitter this week saying that Instagram is looking to focus more on video and entertainment after seeing the success of competitors like TikTok and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they are going to push towards video instead of photographs, which is how Instagram became to be an app. It was an app where professional photographers put up their photos.
So they're changing the identity.
Yes, they say this is the quote. We are no longer a photo sharing app or a Square photo sharing app. Got everybody upset. So they're going to focus on, he says they're going to focus on 4 things: creators, video, shopping, and messaging. Okay. So they're going to bring in some in-video focus changes, such as full screen mobile first videos. And they're going to feature video content on the timeline that you may not follow. So they're going to push video in front of you, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. So
the people that use it as photo only are a little upset. What do you think of that?
Friends got her hand up.
Let's hear it.
This is an awesome opportunity for somebody to create a photo.
I was thinking the same thing. Welcome back, Flickr. I was just like, what the heck?
Somebody is going to create. Wasn't there somebody who had a photo only app and it was a selfie or something you took and it disappeared or whatever?
Yes, it was I think that was Dispo.
Whatever it is, don't make it disappear. But if they could be where you can post your photos, because people really do want to share the photos of whatever they took that day, blah, 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 blah.
Now he's saying that you cannot. It's just that's not going to get the push. If you're looking for increasing engagement and getting more followers and stuff, you're going to have to do video.
Okay, so
their reels.
Everybody's going stage left. We just gonna have to follow put our photos and engagement where they're welcome, because they're doing like when Facebook right now, your engagement depends on you purchasing ads and what have you.
Right.
Now your engagement is on. It sounds like your engagement on Instagram is based on you using video.
Yes. Yeah. So it just switched from becoming from being Instagram to being
Videogram.
Vine.
It's not even Vine. It's
Vine was video, remember?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Which was their original stuff.
No, that was Twitter's. Vine is still on the Twitter. Yeah. But what they're doing is they're trying to create YouTube over on Instagram.
Exactly.
Yes, because Instagram knows that TikTok is going to eat their lunch, and TikTok knows that the other two are going to try to be. It's like a race. It's a race. They're trying to stay number one. YouTube's over there. Facebook's trying stuff. They're all. It's 3-car Monty. They're all moving the.
Well, they all figured out that video is king.
Yes.
And also that talk radio is hot.
Yes. Talk radio.
But there's somebody that's going to sneak out and say, come post your photos over here.
Absolutely.
So
and it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And is that where do we go to get those photos, Fran? Not Pixabay, the other Upsplash.
Unsplash.
Because people are going to go over there, they can sell their photos, they can post their photos.
Well, here's the thing. If I was Unsplash or Pixabay, I would make the app where people can
Yes, they put a social component in there because it's not, they don't have it yet. It's just a search where you go and search for photos you want to share on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
Right. But then there are because every time I go into Pixabay, they said, boy, your little thing is empty there. I could put photos in there that I've taken and post them up there. And they would pay me for it. People would buy me a cup of coffee or whatever. I just never did it. Right. But if you, like TJ said, if they added the social component to that, they already have the structure for photos for you to upload your photos to it.
Yeah. And they already have the recognition of, where to go to get stock photography that you need to use on social media.
And it is expensive, especially when you're looking for pictures of different groups.
Uh-huh.
I've seen them $33 a shot.
Yes. Stock
$125.
photography is very expensive. Is deposit photos? Is that the site? iStock. There's
Yep.
a couple of them.
iStock,
Mhm.
Getty
Images.
and stuff like that. But Pixabay and Unsplash, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah, they
I
are
know
free.
it's free, but you got to, it's better when you sign up with an account and you
Mhm.
can upload your stuff there
Right.
as well.
That's a good idea. Maybe they should do that because
Hopefully they hear us.
Instagram has been announcing a lot of stuff that this Adam Mosseri, he's been on. I think it was on a couple weeks ago explaining the Instagram algorithm, like given, because there's so many stories about, well, you can't do this and you can't have this many hashtags. So he came on and just like, look, this is how Instagram works. So I think this is a part of Instagram coming on and being transparent about what we're doing. Because
they need to tell their users, because it's every 5 minutes they're doing something new and it's just confusing.
Right. They know it. They know
Where
it.
was the button yesterday?
But
button. Who's got the button? Okay.
Expect to hear more about this. We're a video app now.
Okay.
Expect to hear more.
The leopard has changed its spots.
And I think there was was it, because I don't make any reels. I read about it, but there's reels where they're trying to change it to where it acts like TikTok. They're trying to copy that feature and put it inside of reels. So Instagram is really hot on this. We want to be video.
We want to be TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, stop. Want to be. Just be who you are. Just be authentic.
All right. So what about Instagram? They're working on a page story subscription feature, exclusive stories. And they're looking to copy Twitter super followers. So it's being called exclusive stories, and it's for fan clubs. It's for exclusive stories visible only to fan club members, and they can be saved to a highlight so the fans will always have them. It's not possible to take screenshot of the exclusive stories.
Okay.
Also, when a regular I'm not paying the subscription, stumbled upon an exclusive story, Instagram will tell them only members can view this content. All right. Yeah. So they're also going to push creators to save their exclusive stories to highlight some new members. So they're trying to create. Here we go. They're trying to copy what Twitter's doing with their subscription feature. So now Instagram has this exclusive stories for people that pay you, and they can see these exclusive stories, sort of a VIP.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I think the same thing of that I think of when I mouse over a story and Business Insider or the New York Times or whatever, Wall Street Journal tells me I can't read it. I go somewhere else and read it. I'm not doing all that with y'all.
Agreed. But see, the use for this is, remember, the influencer who's trying to build a community, and they build up and they have people that want to see their exclusive
really want to know
what
color Susie Jane's toes are going to be this morning. I feel okay.
Yeah, so they're going to be using this. So expect to see that what's it called? Exclusive stories. Expect to see that. So if you come across,
where is Mark when you need him? Where is
Mark not here today?
I know he has something to say about this exclusivity. Okay.
All right, so one or two more about Instagram. Instagram is testing the ability to post from desktop. So that was a request. To post images and videos from devices other than the phone, because remember, Instagram started, we said it as a mobile only photo sharing app, and now there's a lot of the features and functionality going to desktop because people who are using it for business and stuff, they want to use it on their computer. So here you go. So
well, and then the videos, if they're going to be video on, their video platform,
yes,
it's easier to upload a video from your desktop than it is from your phone.
Yep. So they're saying they're doing it because they have a big increase in desktop use during the pandemic. The new feature comes to better integrate the desktop experience. So we, take a look for that. If you have it, you'll see I think it's a button or something you'll see at the top. I haven't seen it.
Mm.
Okay,
And
well, Beverly wants you to know that her
mhm.
TikTok name is
Ebony
Royal
Royal
Life.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Beverly.
Beverly. I'll go find you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one more thing about Instagram, just a little FYI. Black-owned businesses can now self-identify on Instagram. It's a new way to discover Black-owned businesses. They've added a tool that lets you self-identify so you can become discoverable on the app as a Black-owned business. It's a label that goes on your profile. So it's only available to businesses within the United States. And only U.S. users will be able to see that you've noted yourself as a Black-owned business.
Okay. Well, speaking of Black-owned businesses,
yes,
Beverly wants you to please keep an eye on Dr. Venus Opal Reese' new tech startup, Our Voice, Our Way, Our Terms.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. Thank
we
you.
We need to check that out. So if you got a link to that, let us know.
Yeah, put the link in. I'm gonna look.
Okay, we would love to talk about that and to let people know more about it. I know that
look like we got some tech divas.
All right, so just a few things about Facebook, and then we'll be done with the updates. Facebook is testing new Reels and Rooms integrated into the Facebook Stories panel. So now when you're in Facebook and you want to make a story, you're going to see an option for Reels and Rooms. There'll be new tabs, and one tab will say Reels and one tab will say Rooms. And if you want to make a reel or a room in Facebook, the option will be there. Again, Facebook is trying this. We got to compete with TikTok. We got to compete with this and Snapchat,
and we need to figure out a way to make it seamless.
Okay, so what is Rooms? Is that the audio room?
Yes, that's going to be the audio room.
They already had Rooms.
Yes, the room's there, but now this is audio.
Okay.
Remember that Facebook is trying to separate all of this stuff out. So they want to boost interest in Reels by exposing a range of new audiences to the option, which would increase engagement and interest in Reels overall. So remember, Facebook is trying to push Reels on it. So, just it's going to be in your face now. So what can I say about that? It's Facebook. All right. Another thing from Facebook, they're announcing a new publishing and newsletter subscription platform called Bulletin. Now, want to show you that because it's a it's complicated because it's inside of Facebook, but it's also a website.
Say what now?
It's a website, but it's going to be inside of Facebook also.
So you can go to bulletin.com or whatever the URL is on the outside for people who don't have a Facebook account.
Right. Let me show you.
So now you can get into the YouTube without an account.
No, not YouTube, Bulletin.
No, I'm saying, because you don't need an account to see YouTube. Okay, so now what is this?
So this is bulletin.com. This is the website where you go to see. And okay, the thing about Bulletin, it's invite only for select creators. It's in beta. So they have people that they have paid, famous names like his Malcolm Gladwell. So they paid him to create this newsletter in Bulletin, and you subscribe through Facebook or email. This is why they have the website. So you see. So I'm going to click on this one that says visit publication. Oh, I don't want her.
This might actually work.
Well, I want to keep my comment until after TJ is finished.
Right. I want to go to okay. So it says visit publication.
Okay.
So see, it goes to his newsletter.
Okay. So can I say this? A newsletter is an AKA blog.
Yes. It's like Medium. It's like Medium. Are you familiar with Medium?
Yes, it's a blog.
Yes.
Where you put a bunch of the articles, whatever article, it's a blog.
Or your opinions or your thoughts or...
Oh my gosh.
So it's like a personal fan club, only you pay to be a part of the fan club.
Right, you pay for. I understand why you pay for it. Like if I want to get Seth's blog, because it's I could
Yes.
do Seth. It's a blog. Why
Yes.
are we calling
But
it a newsletter? Oh my God.
within Facebook. So
Okay.
remember they had Facebook notes. This is why they got rid of Facebook notes. So
I
now
don't
instead of
remember
doing a
Facebook
note,
notes. It was a fleeting fancy in my life.
it was a feature where you could write like Fran said, a blog post within
Okay.
Facebook. But they took it away because now they're putting it here so you can have free content or it's going to be paid. And that's go ahead.
It's longer content.
Yes.
It's not the little short stuff that gets cut off. So like if there's a longer story that you wanted to write, somebody can go, it's like reading a news article.
Yes.
Opinion
it's
page.
A place. It's like if you've seen medium.com, people write stories and stuff, and it's a blog. So Facebook is trying to have a place for writers and podcasts to publish content and build a subscriber base.
Now here's the thing. They are now that space right there is not fully saturated up because there's Medium and then there's this.
Yes.
And then Apple News has their little blog thing too. I haven't written anything in a long time over there, but they have that. So I think this might be a good fit for them. This is something on their own.
Right. Now remember, there is newsletter subscription is a hot thing to have. There's Substack. Twitter has review where you can set up the same thing, a newsletter where you write a blog, type your opinions, whatever, and people subscribe to it and it can be free or paid. Right. So they're saying Bulletin is going to be a mix of free and paid content. Some will be free and some will be behind a paywall, with paid subscribers getting access to extra features like dedicated Facebook groups or special badges or tied into an audio room.
Patreon.
Yes, Patreon, Clubhouse, all of that. They're trying to mix it all up in together.
Okay.
So but to subscribe, you sign up by logging in with Facebook, you put an email address. So that's why I wanted to show you bulletin.com, because it's not available to everybody. Facebook's like they did Facebook Watch. Remember Facebook Watch? They hired they paid a bunch of people to make content, and then they never let anybody go in Facebook Watch after that, and then they abandoned it.
Okay, yeah, Facebook Watch and the Lady Braiding Hair, but we have a weekly program, and I was like, how are y'all picking? Okay.
So Zuckerberg says the goal here across the company is support eventually millions of people making a living doing creative work. Facebook won't take a cut of any newsletter subscription until 2023. Now the others like Substack and Review, they take 10% and 5% of the paid subscription. So if you have paid subscribers, Review takes 5%.
Okay.
Substack takes 10%, but Facebook says they're not taking anything off the top now, but they will later.
Wow.
Right, so go ahead.
The moral of the story is you still have to have something worth saying in order.
You have to have an audience.
You have to have an audience, and you got to have something to say to keep that audience engaged with you enough for them to come read your articles,
your bulletin.
Yes.
It's an article. I mean, okay, so this is a news article. I can see that it would work if you have a following, but you had to have taken the time to build a following to tell them to come over here.
That's why they're starting with celebrities.
Yes, exactly. So this is the same rollout for Watch. It was celebrities and journalists and people with a name. Yeah, so they're doing this here. So this is what's going on with Facebook. So they're going to tie all of this up with you can make a reel, you can do a room, an audio room like Clubhouse. You can have people subscribe to your newsletter and all of this stuff that they're putting in the mix. All right, so one more thing from Facebook world. That's what I'm calling it. WhatsApp is rolling out a view once message to Android beta testers. Now, they're trying to copy. This is Snapchat. Remember, Snapchat has the stories that disappear after 24 hours, and Instagram has it. So now WhatsApp is having a view once mode that wipes photos and videos as soon as you view and dismiss them. Okay. And this says, you'll have access to this feature if you see a dedicated button that looks like a timer in WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp. So if
Mm.
you use it, now they're saying this is not to be confused with disappearing messages with deletes within 7 days. So this
Okay.
is going to be view once and then they go away. All right, and you'll get a notification once once your video or whatever you put up has been viewed. So that's what's going on with WhatsApp.
What's so scary about that? It's like, why do I want to go like this and then have it disappear? I just
Yeah. So
anyway.
it's a mix.
Mhm.
And that's your social media update for the week.
Oh my gosh.
There's more stuff, but I'm like, I can't put it all in here. We'll
I'm
be here all day.
saturated, Terry. I'm saturated.
I'm like, I have to decide. Is this it? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. There's a lot of stuff, other stuff that happens. So
wow.
This is the most.
So if you want to learn more of, and get with TJ, she will be more than happy to make sure that you are fully aware. Especially
that's going to cost you $9.99. No, I'm teasing.
I'm setting up my bulletin.
If you want the more in depth of this, maybe TJ will create her own bulletin.
Well, I have a review for Twitter. It's just you got to have time to put all this stuff together.
Yes.
So I'm figuring out how to, when I'm doing it, maybe do the review at the same time. But
yes,
it's not ready yet.
Anyway, follow TJ.
Follow me.
Terry Johnson online everywhere.
Web Girl TJ on Twitter.
All right. So,
is
Dr. Tachi, are you ready?
Is she still in the clubhouse? I know she
she is. She is in the clubhouse.
She had a meeting at 12. So I don't know if it's 12:17 on the East Coast, but she's in Florida, so I'm thinking.
Oh well, that means yeah. So did she have a meeting today?
Mm-hmm. She had a meeting today. She said.
Oh,
that's why she's in clubhouse.
Okay. Right. So it is 12:17 there. So I'm not sure if she is still
available.
Right, because according to BizChicks rules, you do what makes your money first. You handle your business. So what we will do is we will bring her back. Maybe she can do her media report on Monday during.
Oh, that would be great.
Coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations.
That would be wonderful.
And that way she can get about her business, because everybody, we want you to handle your business. And all of these platforms and everything, yes, they can be a time suck if you allow it to be a time suck. Remember, everything is our responsibility individually, and you got to do what you need to do.
Can I mention something before we end? I know on Tuesday show, Terlene and I was talking about, what were we talking about? Oh man, I just forgot. You remember what we were talking about?
We were talking about audiences and how to
see my notes. Let me
how to nurture your audience.
How to build customer loyalty now. That's what we were talking about. So I want to tie this in with the Instagram news, because if you missed the second part where I was talking on my page, I was saying that Instagram is the tool that we're going to use for small business because of all of the features that's in it. Even more so from Facebook, because Facebook is if you have a business page on Facebook, there's not a lot of reach and engagement on it organically. So Facebook, they want you to pay and buy ads, and you should, because it's cost effective, it's easy, they're making it easier. But I was thinking for more organic stuff as business owners, if you're not on Instagram, this is the time now. And then now when I read this week about Adam Asari saying that they're focusing on video. So again, be comfortable with video, or how to make video that you're not in, because you don't have to be on camera for video. You can make video that's images and you're talking over it, but that counts as video. So you see the push with Instagram that they're having now. They're saying we're going to be video first. We're focused on that with the reels and the stories and this. And I believe there's more to come. And I know a lot of people are on Facebook but aren't on Instagram. So now's the time, business owners, to get your Instagram together and connect them to Facebook, because you want to have them connected. Facebook is this big, I call it the Death Star, but it's this big thing where they're putting everything together. I don't like them, but I'm going to use what's there.
Yeah, and it behooves you to make the adjustment.
Right. And see, they're adding in the audio features, the Clubhouse like feature. Then they're adding in the newsletter, and they're not taking a cut until 2023. So you might as well get in on all of that now while they're not taking a cut, build the audience. And then when they do decide to, okay, well, Facebook, you said you got to pay 5% or whatever, then you got your audience and you can transition. So Instagram is going to be the thing that if you don't want to use, I said TikTok is going to be the second for business. I'm talking not influencer. I'm talking business owners.
Right,
TikTok is coming up on the rear, but Instagram is here and now because they've got so many touch points inside of the app. It's free, it's easy, and I'm just saying, just get on board with Instagram if you haven't. It's not too late.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in live, on the replay, at Clubhouse, wherever we are, Facebook, Instagram. Oh, I guess we'll be able to do Instagram Live pretty soon.
Well, we'll see. I don't think they're going to have the AIP to have it outside of the app, but who knows? They're doing all of this desktop stuff.
Right. So we can go live from the desktop.
Yeah. So keep that. Yeah. That might be on the road.
Well, we thank you and look forward to talking to you on Monday. We'll have Dr. Tachi join us on Monday if she's available. Thank you, TJ. Woo, social media this week. Terry?
We want to remember that First Monday is coming up. We'd love to hear from you and hear all about your business and what you have in the works. That'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Monday.
Yep.
Also, if you're looking to join Biz Chicks, you can text Biz to 33777. We'd love for you to be a part of our community. Meanwhile, we'll see you at First Mondays. And remember, hey, go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.